Got a small project going on here. Gonna finish drawing that out. The old one kind of wore through, so we'll make the new one thicker. This one only lasted since 1970. This is on a machine that grinds up cornstalk. Over here in my service truck, got a problem. The door here is about to rip off the hinge. Right here is busted. So I got to looking at it. Never really paid much attention to it. But here they put a little bit of weld there, a little bit of weld there, and the rest of this is seam sealer. So that's just going to be great. I'm going to have to dig all this crap out of here and then try to weld it with something. You can see I've got a nice crappy gap. It's just jammed full of seam sealer. So I'm just going to take some 332 6010 and make some kind of a weld here. I mean, this isn't super critical, it's just a door hinge, but I don't want the door falling off. We'll see if that'll work. I just don't think I'm going to get all that seam sealer out of there. That's why I'm going to go with 6010. Hopefully it'll burn it out. Okay, I'm going to get lit up here with 50 amps. I'm going to try to go uphill, which is a complete waste of time because I blow through right there instantly. So obviously something this thin, you're going to have to run downhill. So I've got the machine set at 40 amps, which is not quite enough to keep a 332 rod lit. So it's kind of a fight, and I'm trying to burn out that seam sealer. So just tried to keep my patience and work my way down this seam to try to add some metal and get rid of that seam sealer. And you have 40 amps, you're really probably not going to get a very good weld because that's just too low. I'm just trying to stick it together a little bit. So what you can do is lay some metal down at the low amperage, and then you can turn it up where it's going to work properly, and you'll have a little bit more metal to work with because you will have added filler material, and then you can kind of melt the whole thing back together. So the struggle continues here. I just want to show some of this so you know that not to give up. Okay, so you take a look at this weld. It looks like total crap, and it is total crap. But now I can turn the machine up to 50 amps and burn that all together. And you can see I'm trying to weld 16 gauge to that hinge is probably 1/8 inch. So this is right on the edge of what's possible with a stick welder. So I got this all out of focus, but the point here is you can see how fast I'm traveling. I'm starting on the thicker part, and I'm just barely touching it against that 16 gauge side. So the thicker part's to the left, 16 gauge side's on the right, and you can see I've wasted no time running down that weld. Alright, not great, but not bad for welding through a bunch of junk on 16 gauge. I think it'll hold this door on. That's all it's got to do. I didn't even screw the sticker up too bad. Still read it. A little bit of black paint, and we'll call it a day. Let's check the other side of the door. I sure hope I didn't burn the paint off the outside. It's warm, but paint's still on there. All right, I'm gonna call it a win. Catch you in the next one.